Hello everybody, how's it going? It is I, Pallas Athena, and we are here for yet another episode of Switchers Watch, a special St. Patty's Day episode of Switchers Watch, where only Mari dressed up.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't get the memo, you guys.
No. I do.
Wait.
I have a drink.
But it's St. Patty's Day. I can dress up too.
Okay. Bet.
Really?
In fact, editor, which means me, transition right to the new outfit. Now!
St. Patty's Day is the day where you wear blue, right?
Close enough. Welcome everybody to Switchers Watch, a show where we talk about Nintendo and also general gaming topics. We actually have quite a few general topics because we're still building up hype for the Nintendo Direct, which is very, very soon. April 2nd, yes. We're really not far away from it now.
Dude,
That's actually exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm like
really
hella excited for Nintendo's next Direct, right? Because we get to hear more about the Switch 2. I get to see if it's better than a Steam Deck, and also, most importantly, I think that they should at least announce an HD update for every Xenoblade game, because hear me out, the Switch couldn't handle them.
You say that, but we got Xenoblade coming out soon, actually in a couple days. Xenoblade Chronicles X will be out very soon, and I'm gonna be playing it when it drops. So I will be here playing lots of Xenoblade. It's gonna be my first time playing Xenoblade. Anyway, we have news before we get into today's podcast. First up, we still have the same mugs because nobody's given us mugs because they hate us.
Yeah.
Guys, if you wanted
sad.
to go ahead and submit mugs, please do so in Athena's Discord. All you have to do is draw a mug, and then each of us can have a very, very cute mug. And I know you guys want us to have cute mugs, so please, it would help out in a very big way.
Yes,
Yeah.
It would be great. Also, I should let you guys know that I will be appearing on HMK's Fifth Dimension podcast to discuss the upcoming Nintendo Direct this Friday at 8 p.m. EST. Not that the Nintendo Direct is this Friday. The appearance on the Fifth Dimension will be at Friday at 8 p.m. EST. I will be Switchers Watch representation over there. So hopefully, if you guys like Nintendo stuff, you'll come on over and hang out with myself, HMK. I believe Dahlia will be there as well. Damn Dahlia will be there. As well as a bunch of other cool VTubers. So if that sounds cool to you, and you want to hear a bunch of VTubers talk about Nintendo stuff, go ahead and check out the Fifth Dimension this Friday at 8 p.m. EST.
Dude, I feel like Dahlia
That's
just
exciting.
knows everybody.
It's true.
Yeah.
I really feel that way. Is there anything you two would like to plug before we dive into today's topics?
I'm
My
still
butt.
doing my subathon. Oh, wait.
No, you can
what?
finish your sentence first. No, I think that you finishing your sentence better.
So I'm still doing my birthday subathon.
Let's
We
go.
are currently at 81 hours, and I cannot believe we're on, day 15 now? It's been half the month.
Dude, that's huge.
That's
Hey,
big.
this
Let's
is-
go.
It is, and I've never done anything like this before, you guys. I'm not really good with words, so I'm just kind of speechless. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing.
Exciting.
It has been, and I'm just excited that I've learned a lot. I have to make a Mari Monday video later tonight about this, but to kind of talk about my experiences so far, because I feel like I don't know if you two have ever done. Well, I haven't done a subathon, but Athena, are you ever gonna do an uncapped subathon?
Probably not uncapped. But maybe one day, yeah.
It's
I
one
can't
of those
say more
things.
than that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if you were able to. It's an experience, and I'm happy that we got to start this podcast while doing the subathon because it's been fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been super cool just watching you attempt to do a subathon and keep your sanity.
Joke's on you. I'm already insane. But anyways, Evan, what have you been up to?
So I have been going outside more, and I bought a new camera as a way to not crash out when Mari stood me up one night. And outside of that,
I did not stand you up, man. First of all, I tried to get the collab early, and you're like, no, I gotta find TikToks. I gave him so many TikToks, and he said they were all bad.
Okay, to be fair, most of them were kind of bad, but also I did appreciate them though. They made me laugh, but I knew they wouldn't make my chat laugh or anything, right? But But like, I almost bought a ticket, like a fucking flight to Mari's house, just so I could show up and knock on her front door and be like, dude, we were supposed to collab today, but I didn't do it. Instead, I bought a camera.
We still collab though. I just got dinner.
No, I know, but like, me showing up to your house would have been funny if I didn't.
It would have been. It would have been. However, we would have had to start talking about your finances, dude. Because I've been like, what is happening? An expensive plane ticket.
The flight would have been cheaper than the camera, though.
That's
Damn.
so sad.
I don't know if I want to
like-
be flying right now. I feel like
Yeah, that's why I
air
didn't
travel
do it.
kind of worrying me a little.
Yeah,
bit.
no, I thought about that half of it, and I was like, this would have been a funny bit in like 2024, but not in 2025.
Now that we've caught up on each other's week, I think it's time to get things started. And let's go ahead and kick off with the thumbnail image and probably what I titled the thumbnail. Xbox might not be out of the console wars just yet. According to an exclusive report from Windows Central, there is talks of a brand new handheld for Microsoft coming out in the works.
Actually, handheld.
A handheld. A brand new handheld plus a brand new console coming out sometime in 2027. And on top of that, this sumbitch might come with Steam pre-installed on it.
So that's the smartest thing that they could do, right? Because like Game Pass on PC has been legendary, right? Getting like brand new games that come out and you get to immediately play them is huge. Handheld gaming devices are also just making like the biggest comeback. We see it with like the Steam Deck. We see it with like
all the
Asus ROG
nostalgia.
Ally, the LG, whatever the heck they made. Like people like gaming, and if they can have it at their fingertips, they'll do it. So it's smart for Xbox to make a Xbox handheld device.
I agree. I think the Switch really kind of like kickstarted this, like, we need our own like hybrid console or just straight up handheld console. And like you got Steam Deck, you got all this stuff coming up. I know there's talks of possibly like as of right now, this is just rumors, so I'm not reporting on this, but like there's rumors of a new PlayStation Portable. Like there's lots of like talk.
But you don't
of
like the current one? Well, you know, like the fact that the current one only works in your house.
Let's not. Talk
I mean,
all I'm trying to say is this is a very big step, and I do have a question. I mentioned this at the top of the stream that the podcast will be a little bit different in the sense that I'll be asking you both questions just in case you don't have anything to really input. We can still have a conversation about it. So there's always going to be a general question at the end of all these topics. General question. Would this intimidate PlayStation and Nintendo? And are the wars about to heat up all over again?
I don't know about PlayStation, but I definitely think Nintendo, especially like, it's kind of like their thing, you know?
I think the fact that they are planning a console in 2027 that has Steam on it, that's the thing that I think would worry PlayStation. Because
that's true.
That's very
it gives
scary.
gamers access to a much larger library.
Yes. I think this might also, me personally, I didn't think about this until earlier today, because I saw, I forget who, I think it was, I forget the guy's name, like Ethan on everything or something on TikTok. I think that's his name. I don't really remember. He always pops up on my feed. But he had talked about how if this is true, if they really are working on a console that has Steam like integrated right into it, that could be the death of the AAA game. Like that could be the end of it because a lot of studios do not like that Steam basically opens the door for any like indie dev to like pop off and make like a game of the year. Like Balatro was huge, and that's one guy. Stardew Valley, huge, one guy. If a game drops on Steam and it's made by one guy and it pops the hell off, it might, and it's on a console, like where most of the kind of the general gaming audience tends to be. Like everybody loves PC gaming, but I still think kind of the quote unquote normie audience just picks up.
Yeah, I think most
consoles.
gamers are still console players, right?
Yeah. So if that has
It's crazy.
Steam, that's dangerous. That's dangerous for AAA studios.
It's also crazy in the sense of like exclusives with certain types of game companies, like the deals that they want to do for like, let's say like Epic Games or something wants to do something. It's like, well, what's the point if like you could just play it through Steam on your Xbox?
Yeah.
So
Like-
I actually saw something really interesting about the Final Fantasy remake announcement. Like I rewatched it recently, and it says at the end coming first to PlayStation. It never once said it was a PlayStation exclusive. That was in 2015, by the way. And I just realized that in 2025. I was like, oh my god, it was never meant to be an exclusive.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like, I think that like that was, yeah, like you said, 2015. I think we really are seeing the start of that, where like or not the start, but like we're in the middle now. We're in the end game now, where like a lot of things are like, we're exclusive on this for like a time. We're a timed exclusive, right?
Timed exclusives. Yeah.
I will say I am seeing some fuck exclusives in the chat. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. Exclusives will always be a thing. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Like, Microsoft like, I thought, and the reason why I think this is such a big deal is there was talks of Game Pass coming to the Switch.
Really?
Yeah, the Switch 2 possibly coming with Game Pass. If I'm playing as Master Chief on a Nintendo Switch, it's over. It's over. PlayStation 1, it's over. If that happens, it's over. Right?
I'm not gonna lie. It's like the people that play Fortnite on their Switch, bro. Whenever I'm playing Fortnite and I see a Switch player, like one of two things are gonna happen. One, they're always gonna hit their headshots. Or two, I'm just gonna destroy them because they can't aim.
They can't aim for shit, and all the
No.
skins are just generic skins because because the Switch can't load them all. You know, like said the Nintendo podcast, by the way. But we love Nintendo. But like the thing is, like, you will never see Mario on a PlayStation. No matter how bad things get, you will never see it, right? Maybe 30 years from now, I'm eating my words, but in the foreseeable future, that is not something. That is not something you will see. No, you cannot use an athenamythos skin in Fortnite.
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
oh
crazy.
my god.
I do think it's only a matter of time until you see like VShojo or like HoloLive in Fortnite. Like that will happen one day. The gateway will be a collab. I think the gateway would be a collab, but it wouldn't be a gateway. It would be like a door that looks like a door, but the second you try to open it, there's no handle and you just smack face first into it because that shit is not happening. Like it doesn't. It does not matter. Like it will not happen. Nintendo will never be on PlayStation on a PlayStation console. I'm trying to think of a PlayStation icon right now that won't be on a Nintendo console, but I really can't think of it.
Aloy, but she's on everything now, though. To be fair,
yeah, it was like
they license her off like she's fucking meat.
Yeah, Aloy is everywhere.
True.
But I'm telling you, if Chief makes the jump, right, I think it's over. And I thought it was over. Again, just to tie it all back, I really, like, I don't know about you two, I really thought the console wars were over. I was like, PlayStation 1, Nintendo didn't even care to fight. They've been in their own corner doing their own thing. Xbox had the absolute living shit beat out of them in this most recent. By a console that should not have beaten them, by the way. I have a PS5. That launch sucked. That launch was terrible.
It did.
That should have been an easy dunk.
This is literally their comeback.
No, but realistically, Sony won when, Sony was like, this is how you share a game. And then they had the first.
It was over. That was it. That was it.
Right,
and that was ages ago.
Yep.
This has been a losing fight. I think this could be, and maybe I'm being crazy. I know a lot of people are like, console wars are dumb because like it hurts the game. I'm gonna keep it 100%. Console wars, my hottest take, kind of a good thing. Because competition is always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I do think gamers who partake in the gamer wars are kind of stupid. Like low-key, I think that's kind of dumb. I think them feuding with each other, that's the good thing. Gamers fighting each other because you play on Xbox versus somebody who plays on a PlayStation is just stupid. You're all playing the same
In general,
games.
competition is just good for like companies because it forces them to like not try to monopolize things,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, okay, we really dug into that. I didn't expect us to go into that as much as we did, but I'm glad we did because it's the thumbnail.
I'm a console guy. What can I say?
Yeah, like look, if Xbox comes back, I'm here for it, man. Like, I am a Nintendo guy. I just kind of watch PlayStation versus Xbox from the outside. Here's what would get me hype. Here's what would get me hype, right?
Another Fallout game?
No. No. Here's what would get me hype, right?
Yeah.
If, like, just imagine this, okay? Xbox is like, we would like to announce our new console, but we are backing away from the Xbox name. Microsoft has recently acquired a new company. They will be acting independent. We are simply overseeing. And then Sonic the Hedgehog walks out.
Oh, no!
Sega re-enters the console wars.
Wait, okay, unironically, if that's what happened, they would instantly win because
that'd be the instant win. It'd be over.
If that happens, can we please get a dedicated Chao Garden game?
Yes.
Please.
Like, I'm
That's all
telling
I
you,
want.
if they were like, it's Xbox and Sega have reunited to make the Dreamcast 360. I would be so hyped. I'd be like, oh my god, they
Infinity.
won.
There you go.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. Like, that would be it. That'd be it.
I'm not
It'd
gonna
be
lie,
done.
I would buy that console, bro. I mean, I instantly would.
All right, next topic. You guys ready?
I am.
So let's talk a little bit about Celeste's composer sharing a very fascinating project. So Lena Raine, the composer of Celeste, do you guys know what Celeste is?
Yes. It's that one game that came out for PlayStation. It was one of their like flagship games when they announced the console, being like, "This game will make you feel things." And then I played it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing."
I was gonna say, it definitely
game.
makes you feel. Yeah.
Yeah. So they, Lena Raine is the composer for Celeste, and they shared a concept album for a game that was called Earthblade. Earthblade was meant to be the sequel to Celeste, but it was canceled.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So unfortunately, the project Earthblade is likely never going to see the light of day because the publisher for Celeste and the devs for Celeste could not agree on, I think it was like a copyright issue. So we are likely never to see Earthblade. But the composer did work on some tracks for the game and had a vision for what the game was going to be. So what they did was they took the album, or they took the songs for Earthblade that were going to be in the game and created a concept album. So it actually plays out in order of how you would play the game, and you listen to it. It's right now, I believe it's on Bandcamp, I think. And the album basically carries through what Lena thought Earthblade was going to be, and it is almost kind of haunting to listen to because it's like the echoes of, like, to quote Kingdom Hearts, it's like the echoes of a world that never was. You know,
that gives me chills.
Yeah, like you hear the soundtrack for a game that never, that you'll never get to play. Right?
There's something so liminal about that.
Yeah, it's almost sad. Yeah. And when you listen to the soundtrack, it's really good. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm sure a lot of you have, those of you watching. You too, I'm sure you have too. Nazca of the Valley of the Wind.
I've literally
Studio
never
Ghibli
heard
movie.
of this in my life. Yes, never mind, I have.
Yeah. The Studio Ghibli movie with Shia LaBeouf. This is so weird. The dubs for Ghibli movies are so strange. So when you listen to the soundtrack, it has hints of Nazca when you listen to it. And Lena even says it is a direct influence on the album. Was Nazca.
I gotta listen to this. That sounds so awesome.
So it is titled Earthblade: Across the Bounds of Fate. It is available to stream on Bandcamp, and I highly recommend listening to it. I listened to the whole thing. It was amazing.
Dude, we're not getting Earthblade, but we're getting Deltarune, like chapters 3 and 4. What is this?
What is this injustice? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Before anybody's like, how dare you? I still haven't played past I believe the level's called Waterfall. I haven't played that. I'm not that far into Undertale. I
haven't played it, so don't feel bad.
Oh, good. Okay, none of us have played it.
Day of my life, dude.
Maybe we should all play it together.
Ooh.
One of us plays, and the other two just watch.
The other two, you guys can just commentate.
Yeah. The other two commentate. We're like, damn, that's crazy.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, but I do have a question for you both in regards to this
Yeah.
topic. Is there any franchise that you two would love to see get a concept album treatment? So a canceled project or a sequel that you never got to see, if it had the same treatment of like, I at least want to hear what it would have sounded like.
The Chow Garden. I want a whole Chow Garden.
Just the soundtrack for
just-
what the Chow Garden should have been.
Yeah, because they could have done so much with that game. There's so many different, like, we could have had a whole open world, like, little simulator, like, game of it, and you just have, like, different areas with different, like, music. It could have been a thing. Could have been a thing.
Fair enough.
Cozy games.
See, my answer is a little weird because the game does exist,
Okay.
but it doesn't exist in the form that it was supposed to be, and that's
Oh.
Final
Really?
Fantasy 15.
Real? Wait, what do you mean by
Oh.
that?
AKA
Interesting.
versus 13.
Yes. Okay. You know
Yep.
what? Yes, dude. Yes. I would have
Give me
loved to
what
know.
that game would have been.
Exactly. Well, Nomura might if you play Kingdom Hearts. That's just so crazy to me. Wow, guys. Amazing, fun thing that we definitely didn't just cut. Next topic.
I'm so sorry about my Final Fantasy 15 tangent. I
It's fine.
apologize.
It's fine. Actually, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because let's talk a little bit more about Square Enix. Let's talk about Chrono Trigger and their 30th
Ooh.
anniversary. So, believe it or not, Chrono Trigger turns 30 this year. March 11th was the birthday for Chrono Trigger. It is March 11th, 1995 was the release of Chrono Trigger.
Happy birthday!
Still having an impact on gaming today. And all we have been told about the birthday, like anniversary, I guess in this case, so far, is Square has revealed that there are various projects in the works for the Chrono series. Now, we're not sure necessarily who's working on what. If you're a big fan of Chrono Trigger, you know that a lot of the artwork and the idea for Chrono Trigger came because they really wanted to work with Toriyama.
Is this a Toriyama project? Yeah, I was just looking at this. I was like, this looks like a Toriyama project.
It is. So Trunks, actually, like you could tell, like if you're a big fan of Trunks, you're really gonna like the main character in Chrono Trigger. He's basically Trunks. But like, so the whole idea was, it's kind of like a Toriyama type project. Now, obviously, unfortunately, Toriyama no longer with us. But there is maybe every opportunity that his protege Toyotaro could at least draw maybe some of the promotional images. I would love if he actively had a hand in the art for the game. Because I think that, if you don't know, if you're not a big Dragon Ball fan, Toyotaro has been the protege of Toriyama's for the last almost 10 years. Like he's been working with
it's a long
Toriyama,
time.
Yeah, since Super. I don't remember when Super came out. It's been a while. Like he's been Toriyama's understudy basically for a really long time. And Toyotaro is now officially the guy in charge. So it would be really cool if one of the other projects that Toyotaro took over was his mentor's game series that he did the art for, Chrono Trigger. And the question that I'm going to ask you two is, the 90s are now 3 decades in the rear view.
Yeah.
3 decades. Is there any upcoming anniversaries, gaming or otherwise, that are going to make you feel your mortality?
Ooh, like from like the 90s?
Yeah, like what project from the 90s can you think of that you're like, damn, this was from the 90s?
For me, I think the only thing that I can think of is like Smash Bros, right? But I don't think we're gonna get another one of those.
I legit, like, we talked about this in an episode of the podcast, which, by the way, you can check out more of the podcast by clicking the blah 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 and the blah blah blah. But we did talk about this. I really don't think we're getting another Smash Bros. I think it's almost
I think
impossible. Yeah.
I
Smash
don't
Bros.
know. I don't know. I don't think I was
You want me to make
conscious.
you
I don't think
feel
I was.
old?
I don't think I was conscious enough to really know what games were out during the 90s. I'd have to look it up, to be honest.
Not even just games, just anything in general. Because I can make you feel old right now.
Oh God.
Scream is 30 years old.
Oh God.
Sailor Moon, Jurassic Park,
Oh,
Toy
man.
Story.
Oh.
I can just feel the comments right now just being like, yeah, my childhood.
Speaking of things that make us feel old, do you remember when Nintendo teased Metroid Prime 4 and then never again?
I forget that they do that.
What year was that? Because that was a very long time ago.
It was very long time ago. So for those who don't remember, Nintendo teased Metroid Prime 4, and everyone went, "Oh my god!" But then Nintendo's like, 2017. Oh my god. So they went Metroid
Feeling
Prime 4.
old yet? I'm just kidding.
Feeling old. So they went Metroid Prime 4, and everyone went, "Oh my god!" And then they went, "Oh shit, we don't know how to make this. We need to call Retro Studios. We don't know how to do this." Right? So they were like, "Oh shit." Right? Like, so the team who actually made Metroid Prime, they were like, "Yeah, we'll come back and help." Because they, like, Nintendo legit could not figure it out. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I respect the shit out of, because they were like, we're in over our heads, tail between our legs, we need to go back and ask for help. You know,
Sometimes it's a good thing, though, you know?
I respect that.
Yeah.
100%. So, in honor of this, I think it's fun to tell you that in a couple days, we might finally see a little bit more from Metroid Prime 4.
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited about it. According to Kiwi Talks, game dev, who is a game dev interviewer, they say on their Blue Sky account, first of all, shout out to you for using Blue Sky, in less than a month, in the Switch 2 Direct, you will see that Nintendo and Retro were keeping their cards close to their chest with Metroid Prime 4 for this exact moment. The true unveiling will blow everything else in the Direct out of the water. That's what, so, and this dude has like industry info, right? Like this is someone who regularly interviews game devs, so he knows his shit. So there's something about this Direct, like there's something about Metroid Prime 4 that is gonna blow us out of the water, right? Like every other announcement during the Direct is going to be apparently threatened by the mere presence of Metroid Prime 4. Now he does claim that he's only 90% sure that Metroid Prime 4 will actually be revealed, just because he's like, again, 90% sure, almost positive, but there's always that 10% variable. They switch things up for the Direct, like right up to the day of. So he's not like 100% sure, but he's 90% sure that's gonna be there. And my question for you two, since we're so close to the Direct, what do you want to see?
At the Direct?
Explosions.
Yes. Explosions are cool.
God.
Explosions are cool. We like explosions. Yeah, like what do you want to see from the Nintendo Direct? Anything your heart, even if it's like ridiculous.
I want them to all be in cosplay when they announce it. Like I want them I want them to do like a whole like little dramatic like cinematic like skit before they announce it, you know, kind of thing.
Okay.
So hear me out. Sakurai comes out. He sits down and says, "I know I said I was done, but we are re-releasing Smash 8."
And then they make explosions happen.
And they're finally adding Waluigi, and then an explosion happens.
Finally add Waluigi, and then he's like, "And now everyone is here."
Yeah, now finally everyone is here.
And then he's like, "I'm done. Don't ask me for anything else."
Never ask me for anything ever again.
Drops.
Yeah. Okay, I respect it. So, Evan wants an actual tangible game. Mari wants explosions and cosplay.
I do. I want that so much. Listen, I'm more of a I like the visual stimulation. It's nice.
Yeah.
You know? Like a movie.
You strike me as somebody who really likes Revolver Digital's directs. Where there's just like explosions. Like,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I respect it. I see chat saying a lot of stuff. Like I'm seeing like a new Monolith Soft project, Kid Icarus. I saw some Animal Crossing. Advance Wars would be cool. Here's the thing you got to remember. I really think that this is going to be the biggest Direct they've ever done, because there's been so much build up. Because they would not want to build up the hype this much and not deliver. I think there's something about this that's gonna pop off.
Like
Something we've never seen before.
genuinely, I expect a lot of it is gonna be like them being like, "Hey, man, we heard you guys. The Switch 2 more powerful," and like then they're gonna drop game after game. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of new games. I think it'll be a few new games, but then they're gonna like drop mostly re-releases and show you how much better they look on the Switch 2.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some people be like, it's got to be new things, banger after banger. I'm like, no. I think if they re-release games, right? They're like, this was on the Switch, this was on like the Wii, right? Like whatever, and then they like transfer it over and remaster it for the Switch 2, and it like looks like God. It looks like me. Like that. I'll be like, yes, like, that's all I expect.
I think the new Pokemon game, for instance, right? We've seen the gameplay; it looks terrible, right? But I think that's on purpose because I think no, the graphics wise, right? It looks bad.
I was like, what are you saying?
But I think when it comes out on the Switch 2, like when they release that actual Switch 2 footage, because the current footage says on the Switch. When they release Switch 2 footage, it'll
gonna be
so good, and I'll be like, oh.
That's a really good point, right? Because I think like both like the new like Legends game. And the Champions game, they look fine, right? They look good for what the Switch can do. But I guarantee you they're gonna be like, this is what the game looks like on your phone. This is what the game looks like on the original Switch, and this is what this so much looks like on Switch 2.
And then the explosions come in. They're like, yeah.
And then Mari is revealed to be like a part of the Direct, and she's playing an electric guitar. On an exploding car.
I'm actually one of the trainers that you fight later on down the road in like some special secret cave.
Hell yeah. Let's go. I love it. As far as what I want to see, I've been saying this forever. I want F-Zero. I want F-Zero.
Ooh.
I don't think I'm going to get it. I know I'm saying that anything can happen, but I'm like, I still think even in this day, I don't think we're getting F-Zero. I would love F-Zero and I would love Punch-Out. If I get either one, I will coom on stream. Like, I will coom my pants.
Hey!
Like, it writes
so
my
make sure
pants.
you guys subscribe so that way you can see that live.
I will legit die. If that happens, I will scream so loud if that happens. Because I love Punch-Out, I love F-Zero, and they are two of the most disrespected franchises in Nintendo's catalog. But I would love it. Realistically, I do think we're going to see new Zelda, new Mario. I genuinely think that. I think we'll see, not like a huge new Mario, not a huge new Zelda, but I do think we'll see either, like, not both, just one or the other. Like a new Zelda or a new Mario game.
And I don't think it's going to be traditional, too. I think we'll probably see something that's like a new concept that they want to try out.
Yeah, let's not, okay, like, we've been building up a lot of hype. Let's tone it down. I think Mario's right. I do think it's going to be, like, I don't think we're getting all our wishes made true, right?
No,
but I do think it's going to be a new entry from one of those franchises that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. Also, I am going to... I don't want to end on a bad note, so I'm going to skip a story here. I'm about to make Evan sad! Because I think Evan likes this franchise.
I do. I absolutely do.
So the future of Life is Strange is looking very, very bleak.
But the last game...
Wait, really?
Yes. Very bleak.
I haven't had a chance to play the most recent one yet.
It's not gonna be good. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but Square Enix has revealed that the most recent game, Life is Strange Double Exposure, was an apparent huge loss for the company in terms of the financial report that they just released. You pair that with the mixed reviews from fans of the series, and it seems as though Square is very hesitant to dust off the series for quite a while.
I haven't even played it, so like I actually have no idea.
See, the thing is, I know exactly why that happened, unfortunately. It's because, like, Life is Strange has always been a franchise that has embraced, like, people from all walks of life. But, like, in the game, in the game True Colors, they wore that proudly on their sleeve, right?
Yeah,
and they showcased that to the world. And suddenly, people pretended like that's not what Life is Strange was about, when it was always about that.
Was Life is Strange not like the gayest thing?
It always has been.
Yeah,
It always has been. Like that's the.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me, right? And then like now that they've embraced and outwardly show, hey, we love gay people, everybody's like, I don't really like that franchise. It's like, what?
You can't stick it in their face too much, basically. Is probably what the mistake was.
And it's so unfortunate because the last game was ridiculously good, right? Like I love my gay queen Max. Okay, or bisexual queen Max. Sorry. Yeah, I love her.
I thought she was just. I thought she was straight.
No, she is bi.
She's bi, yeah.
Hell yeah, go Max. I've only played the first game. I never beat it because everyone's like, "You will be fucking sad."
You will.
Don't nod is going to make you not nod because you're going to be shaking your head in sadness. That's the other thing I did see too. That Double Exposure was not made by Don't Nod. Still published by Square, but
so Don't Nod worked on Bloom and Rage. That's their latest game or whatever.
So maybe that was
which is also really good.
But like when you got different people working on the game, it is going to be very different. There's different like collective minds and directions.
I will say, as someone who's played all of them, it still felt like Life is Strange. Like it was a great freaking game. It told an incredible story. It had me at the edge of my seat during every single freaking chapter. And
so why didn't it do as well then?
Makes me want another one.
I was surprised because I had assumed that everyone would be amped because Max is the main character again. Because I know we had like a couple games. There was like I think there was two brothers at one point.
Life is Strange 2 has two Mexican brothers who the government hunts down because they have superpowers.
Yeah. And then there's True Colors.
Yeah, True Colors is
Double Exposure. Right? Yep. And it was cool to see Max come back because I even heard that Max was coming back. And I was like, oh shit, that's cool. I guess I got to go back and play Life is Strange. Right? And I was like, I did see some reviews from people who were very disingenuous, like, oh, the woke, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm like, oh, die. But I did see some people who were fans of Life is Strange have, like, they couldn't tell why, because of spoilers, I guess, but they're like, there is things about the game's story that is unfortunate. Right? And I'm like, okay, so something, like, happens that I guess upset people. Like, and fans were kind of annoyed by Double Exposure, but I don't know much about why.
I know exactly the story beat that upsets them in Double Exposure, but when you beat it, it makes sense.
It makes sense. Well, because
but that doesn't make it a good. That doesn't mean people are happy though, because even if it makes sense, it's one of those things where it's like just because you're right doesn't mean you're good to listen
for
to.
Anyone who has somehow never seen the trailer for Life is Strange Double Exposure, but like if you watched the trailer, you saw this happen. Max is holding a gun at her friend. All right, you know that much at least. All right, people are probably a little upset because the entire game is figuring out why Max killed her friend. And honestly, when you play it and you find out, it's she has a very fucking good reason. Trust me.
Yeah, but it's still the act of that though that could upset people. Again, it's like that. Just because you're right, just because that is true, doesn't mean they liked it.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I do think Life is Strange, unfortunately, because of Double Exposure, is likely going on the shelf for a while. Probably not forever, because it does have like IP recognition. Like people know what Life is Strange
is. Yeah.
But I do think it's going on ice for a little while, which does bring me to my question. What would you say is a series that needs some time on ice before making a comeback? What's a series that has kind of run its course, needs some time on the shelf? Doesn't have to be a game, just anything.
Oh, this is easy actually. Call of Duty.
Yep.
just stop. Okay. We don't want another one.
Yeah. Take some time. It's fine to take some time. Take some time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Call of Duty is a pretty big
You know what
one.
mine is? And this is gonna piss some people off, but I genuinely feel this way. The MCU. I think the MCU really needs time on ice for a little bit. Not forever, but a little bit of time. It needs some time.
You need like
away.
a little break, little vacation.
You need to make people miss you. You need to make people miss you. Assassin's Creed is a great call, though, Chad.
Oh, actually, Assassin's Creed is. Well, no, they did take a while though. Between Assassin's Creeds.
if this new one doesn't work, oh my god.
Yeah, so a lot of people will probably not play this new one because they're so hurt from all the others, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, looking at everything I've seen about this new one, it does seem good. Like it
looks good.
like it looks good. The combat system looks like Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, like, I'm down to play it.
Yeah, me too.
But if it doesn't, then like, you know, maybe
Ubisoft is in a lot of trouble.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
if this game doesn't do well,
they're going bankrupt if it doesn't do well.
yeah, if it doesn't do well, they are dead. Like, I am legit concerned for Ubisoft now.
I say this, Ubisoft, please send me free games continuously. I love you.
Oh, yeah, Ubisoft, like, respectfully. Please, don't die. I don't want to see your IP be thrown to different companies and all messed
please,
up.
no.
Yeah. But let's end this podcast on a good note. Let's end on a good story, depending on how you feel about this particular franchise. Silent Hill F. I heard my chat say that Evan was scared of the trailer. Like,
okay. What? No, I wasn't. What the heck?
that's what they were saying. They were saying that the trailer was scowy.
No. The trailer made me say I will probably not play this game.
Really?
Really?
So I don't like horror games, and I'm new to the Silent Hill franchise. I want to make that clear, right? Like, I've watched the movies.
Same.
But
I've never played
games.
any. I've never played any
Please
Silent
play
Hill
2 remake. Oh my god, it's so good. Sorry.
Silent Hill 2 is the greatest game that's ever been
money?
made. It's so good. Please play remake. It's so
It's
good.
expensive for
No,
me
it's
right now. I'm
so
broke.
You're
It's
doing a
so good, Mario.
subathon.
You are literally doing a subathon. Bitch, you got money.
I'm
What the
broke.
fuck? Bitch, excuse me?
It's
Yeah.
for my new computer,
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, fair.
so I can play the game.
You know what? Chat,
Save a
someone
bit
donate
after and then play the
$60
game.
to Mari right now, just for
Yeah.
this. Someone just buy the game for her on Steam. She has to do it.
Yes.
Anyway, my point is, literally, like Silent Hill F's trailer, it looks good. It looks fantastic to me. But if it's anything like the remake of 2, which is the only one I've played, that bitch is scary as fuck.
Really?
Yes. Well, because here's the thing. It's not jump scare heavy. It fucks with
It's like a
you.
dread, right?
It's
It
dread.
absolutely fucks with you.
It's
Yeah.
pure, legit, honest to God horror.
So
Like, yeah,
for our
it's
listeners, I know
atmospheric
some
fear.
people, when they hear that, they think that's not scary, but like, it's more like a, yeah, if you don't think, it's not that scary, but when you start to think about what's going on, it becomes very scary.
So, I will say this: all of the fear in Silent Hill 2 is the audio design, right? Like, there are
Really?
sections of the game where I was too scared to play. I had to literally mute it to get through it. Otherwise,
Really?
I
I'm
wasn't
thinking
going
about
to be
it
able
too.
to.
I'm like, oh,
It was
no.
the audio is so
Oh, I wanna
fucking
play it.
terrifying.
It's
I want to play that.
well, it's funny because everyone always jokes like, "Oh, Pyramid Head is daddy," until you play the game and you're like,
Until you
"Pyramid
play
Head is
the
fucking
game,
scary."
You're like, oh fuck me, dude!
yeah.
I gotta get away.
Only
from
the
this guy.
cosplayers made it that way. I was
Yeah.
I'm just like, that sounds
Yeah.
about right, to be honest.
Well, the thing that makes Silent Hill in my mind, right? And it's I think why later games really fell off is because Silent Hill tried to later be Resident Evil. And Resident
Yeah.
Evil is awesome. I love Resident
Yeah.
Evil. But the difference between Resident Evil and Silent Hill is that Resident Evil is like going to a haunted house with your friends and you're like, "Whoa, this is scary. Oh, that guy jumped out of the wall. That was scary. Whoa." Right?
They're like, well, I have guns to fight things.
Yeah,
That's not
like
Silent
this is
Hill.
fun. Yeah, it's a fun scare. Resident Evil is fun scary. Silent Hill is when your friend tells you an immaculately terrifying horror story by the campfire, and then you have to go to your tent and
Think about
sit
it.
with and sit with
Yeah.
it in the middle of
Yep.
the dark with no lights. You're in the woods. Like
It's like
that's
that
the
one
difference.
meme of hey, I can't sleep. Well, I can. Good night.
Literally, I can't. Good night. Yeah, that's literally it. It is Silent Hill is awesome because it's also like character specific, right? Like
Yep.
this is a vague spoiler kind of for Silent Hill, but it's not. It's just kind of how Silent Hill works. Is Silent Hill is a town where the monsters there are based off you and your sins and the
Yep.
things that
Oh,
you've
okay.
done wrong,
Yep.
right? And so the monsters are creations of your psyche.
Your own mind. Yeah.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Oh, that's stuff that I like. I like psychological type horrors.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
it's
James.
so good.
Fucking James, man. Like one of like the most James is probably the most interesting gaming protagonist in my mind. Like
Oh no, he is like
Yeah.
again. I went into Silent Hill 2 completely blind, knew nothing about the franchise, like anything at all. I played Silent Hill 2. I got to the end. I sat there and I was like, holy fuck, this is masterful storytelling. And
100%.
this was terrifying to get through.
Oh yeah, like well, and it makes James. What makes the second game, in my opinion, better than the first is James is not the only one there. There's other people, and they're seeing different shit.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
and that's
It's
so scary. Good. Like, yeah. Oh, and you never see what they see. You just see what James sees, right? Like,
interesting.
Fuck, so good. But like, and also the soundtrack in the third game is so good. If it, like Evan, if they ever remake the third game, you need to play it. There's a song called "You're Not Here." There's a song called "You're Not Here." It's one of the few songs I actually want to cover. It's so good. It's such a good song.
Wow, Athena's singing? That's so exciting.
Oh yeah, I love Silent Hill 3, and 2, and 1 for the record.
My
I know I
favorite
just
thing
knocked
is
one,
trying
but
to
they're all
convince Mari to play horror games.
Yes.
I mean,
but
hey, you guys are really selling me on this. I want to play it.
It's super good. It's super good. But let me set the mood for those who haven't seen it. So the game is a prequel to the entire franchise set in a 1960s rural town in Japan, following protagonist Hinako as her town is engulfed by a mysterious but very familiar fog. And it is written by none other than Ryukishi 07, the same author behind When They Cry.
Yeah, so that makes so much more sense now, because when I was watching the trailer, I was like, there's a lot of like
this
motifs
feels very
that
Higurashi.
Yes, especially with like the death flowers following her around. I'm like, it's kind of interesting how death is constantly following her. Because again, as I said, I've never played this series. I don't know anything about it. I've never watched any of the shows or whatever. And I was talking about how like a lot of the things that were in the trailer remind me of different like Japanese like mythical like horrors that you often see in like Shinto and other like Japanese like folklore. And like, a lot of it did kind of remind me of Higurashi, and I couldn't think of it off the top of my head when I was watching the trailer, but yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that makes so much more sense. Now I'm really excited because I'm a huge fan of that series.
Oh yeah, I love Higurashi, so I was like, oh, and Umineko, don't forget Umineko. But yes,
unlike Evan, I think
excited.
I would want to play that. That sounds really exciting.
Dude, horror games would kill me. My heart rate would be too high.
I'll play, I'll play, and we'll just have Evan in Discord on stream. Yeah, like Evan will just chill. Yeah. Like I can see Evan be like, "Move, bitch," and I'm like, "No," like, just hiding behind him. No, I don't wanna. But yeah, the trailer is wild. This is also the second week in a row where we've gotten some mind-bending horror in our trailers, because we
right
had
before summer.
Yes, but that's because it's almost Slasherween.
That's true.
Yeah, it's Summerween is coming up, everybody. Slasherween or Summerween. It depends on what you want. But yes, those of you who are big into horror, like myself, you celebrate Halloween the second it turns to summer. So the second summer hits, you better get ready, because we're going to play a whole bunch of horror games over here. But I do want to also emphasize that if you're curious about playing this, I have some trigger warnings for you. I may have to bleep this in the YouTube cut. So, this is put on the website. Keep in mind, I'm not the one saying
it is, yeah.
Their website says this. The game depicts scenes of gender discrimination, child abuse, bullying, drug-induced hallucinations, torture, and graphic violence, as well as customs and culture from a time that does not reflect the values of the team working on the title today. You are encouraged to stop playing if you are uncomfortable at any point and speak with someone you trust before playing again.
I called it. When I was watching the trailer, I flat out was because I didn't look on the website. I called it. And when I was looking at this, I was like, this reminds me of a certain time in Japanese history. And I couldn't comment more on it. And that makes a lot more sense now. Because, yeah.
If it's telling you all that, if the game is giving you a, like,
it's gonna be scary.
If you need to talk to somebody, I'm like, oh my god, the game is like legit concerned for us. Like, I am worried about y'all. Like, Jesus.
I'm just saying, man.
That means I have to play it. Game. How much, Evan?
The 100 gifted subs.
100 gifted subs, and Evan will play.
Dude,
that's crazy.
You need to understand, bro. I willingly played 2, and by the end of that game, I was a broken man. All right.
These games do break you, but they haven't broken you in a while. I think that's why Silent Hill fans are like, oh my god, because they haven't broken you since Silent Hill 3.
They
Silent
probably
Hill
do
4
that
The
for a
Room is pretty
reason.
good. Like, Silent Hill 4 The Room is good, for the record, but it's not Silent Hill, right? And then
Yeah.
the games just kind of progressively got worse and worse and worse, and now it feels like Konami's like, we fucked up. We lost Kojima. We're never getting Silent Hills, but we can give you Silent Hill F. And I'm like, hell yeah, man. Like, hell yeah, man.
I think this is a good step in the direction then, because
Yes.
like I said, even though I haven't played it, just kind of like what we were talking about and how the trailer looked and like on the website itself. If I understand how these games typically go, because I usually play games like these, it's gonna be a good game.
Oh, yeah. But with everything said, I do have a question for you guys. With Silent Hill seemingly returning to its roots, what would you say is a gaming moment that scared the hell out of you? Not a jump scare, just genuinely creeped you out.
I just finished beating Soma last night,
Oh, that's a good one.
and
Yeah.
without any spoilers, what I will say is that like the thing that scared me the most was the idea of a soul, and if like souls really do exist, and like at what point do we stop living? It's that thought is like very scary, especially being virtual myself. It's a very scary thought to start questioning that, and it makes my brain kind of fry a little bit. So that scared
Valid.
me.
Ooh, I think for me, it like genuinely, it's the Silent Hill 2 remake. Right?
Really?
Like it's so fucking good, dude. Like I don't know, have you played the remake, Athena?
No, I only played the OG.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, the remake does keep a lot of those elements, but apparently it changes a lot of the puzzles and a few other things.
Oh,
And it's so good. They brought back the original like sound designer as well. And
Nice.
let me tell you, bro, overcooked. All right, that audio design fucking scared me. Like there's an element in the game where there's like a small percentage chance, like maybe like a 2 or 5% chance that when you enter a certain room in the game,
Something happens.
like like you'll hear someone whispering in your fucking ears.
That's
And
did it happen
unfortunately,
to you?
It happened to me. I freaked the fuck out, threw off my headphones, and like I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
That's awesome.
Do you get a clip of that? I want to watch that later.
I don't know if chat clipped it or anything, but like it shit was so fucking
That's
terrifying. Like
if anyone did clip that, please, please
I wanna
send
see
to
that.
Mario and
laughed at
myself.
me, dude. Like that shit was fucking scary.
You want to know the scariest moment for me?
What?
The piano from Mario 64. Dude, it's scary though. When you're walking through
Really?
Boo's castle and the piano comes out, it's all scary. All right, everybody, that is all the topics we have for today. That is this week's episode of Switchers Watch. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to my lovely co-hosts.
Yeah, thanks for having us here once again. Please make sure you guys check out Athena's channel if you ever want to watch this live with us. We do this every Monday at 2 p.m. PST. And what is it for EST?
5 p.m. EST. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
wanna
And
miss
if
a
you guys
live.
wanted to go ahead and make us mugs, please go ahead and submit them to Athena's Discord because we would love to have your mugs and feature them on the show.
Yeah, you can throw those
Yes.
in the art or fan art tags in the Discord. Either one, I will check them out. I will throw them on the table here, and they will appear next week, and you will get a big shout out because thank you for making us the mugs if you do.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Again, just so you guys know, I am appearing on HMK's Fifth Dimension podcast this Friday at 8 p.m. EST. Do you guys have any other like collabs or interesting things coming up?
I think Evan and I are going to try to finish Split Fiction probably
Yes,
this
yes.
week or next week. So we're going to try.
Nice. Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm still stuck here with the subathon. So, you know, if you guys want to come make fun of me and see shenanigans we're up to, then you can check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/mariume.
Let's go.
I did a collab with the Internet City Boys. I got to edit that video and release it at some point. I guess that's happening.
Hell yeah.
That's exciting.
That
Can't
is
wait to see it.
All right, but that's pretty much it for Switchers Watch. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment down below, letting us know if there's any topics you'd like to see us talk about during an episode of Switchers Watch. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.